a few years later, I had a DMT experience, the typical DMT experience, although I don't know if they're ever typical, but afterwards, I had what I thought was an insight into what was going on. And I think there may be some validity to it. It was as though it strips away that sort of filtering and synthesizing function that our brain carries out in order to make sense of the world and to construct a coherent reality. I think more and more I'm inclined toward the view, and I don't think neuroscientists would disagree with this. This is the picture that's emerging, that the brain is what I like to think of as a reality compiler, in the same sense that, a mathematical compiler will compile a computer language into something that can be understood. The brain is the raw data of reality, of our perceptions and experiences, consist of what we're perceiving, what's coming in from the outside, but then memories, fragments of old songs, or faces that you thought of, people that you've seen years ago. All of this stuff is sort of the raw data, and it's floating out there, but it's in a chaotic state, and it's not particularly coherent. And I think a lot of what the brain does is construct out of this raw material a story, a fiction, if you will, the reality hallucination, which you proceed to build and then live in. And that is your reality. That's the filter between you and the external world, the unknowable external world, with all this raw data goes into some filtering process, and out of that comes a model, essentially, your model of reality that you construct, and you live there. And the model is obviously not reality itself, but it maps close enough to reality that it has survival value. You're not stepping in front of buses and things like that all the time, so there must be some some kind of correspondence to reality. But what I think DMT does, or what it can do, is it just rips that filtering mechanism away for a few minutes. And for a few minutes, you're immersed in sort of this raw data sphere of input, of sensory input, of memories, of, and associations. It seems like, the brain builds reality out of these things, what you're experiencing, what you have experienced, and how you associate and synthesize these things together to tell yourself a story, essentially, about what's going on, where you are in space and time. And DMT can just utterly obviate that, just cut the filter out, and for a short period of time, you're looking at the raw data, and you're looking at the brain, the wizard behind the curtain, in a sense, putting all this together, weaving it all together into something that you experience as coherent and meaningful. But well, if you get what I mean.